Good morning, everyone. At least it's still morning over here in Central. Hold on, I can't see the chat at all. Comments. There we are. Hello, Stephanie. It's Stacy. Hi, Jesse. So I am at my son's house. So I had to feed everybody when I got here so that they're not. There's 5 cats, so they're not meowing. One didn't get fed because he gets special food. You gotta blend it and stuff. Hi, Kim. Hi, Jennifer. So anyway, hopefully he'll behave um, and uh, and not come up here. Also, I don't know how I'm gonna sew. Kevin is on my feet. Hi, Renee. So right now, this is where my foot pedal is. He's my protector. But anyway, hi, Martha. Anyway, this project I've been wanting to do, and hi, Jess, craft therapy, and I was going to do it for a crafting Zoom. Um, but the Zoom, if y'all have any, hi, Queenie, if you have any idea of how you could do a Zoom like meeting, like doing a crafted thing, let me know. Message me. Um, sorry, Kevin, because I checked into Zoom and the free Zoom, it ends. Hi, not Rachel. It ends at 40 minutes, and then you have to wait 10 minutes, and then you can come back in under a different link. And I can't see stopping a project 40 minutes in and then have you all wait and stuff. So if you have any idea, I looked at briefly Google Meets. But anyhow, so I decided I'm just going to go ahead and do it on my live here today. I was up till 5 figuring it out because the gal that I watched, she it was a 7-minute video. So there was a lot of steps that weren't shown and I had to figure it out. And it's like I knew how the end result was, but um what the end result needed to be, but I didn't know how she got there. And mine looked different than hers because her measurement was off. The whole thing needs to be 23 inches, and hers was off, and she had to add more fabric. And so that's why hers looked different than mine. But let me go ahead and show you what what we're doing. So it's called a compensate. Sorry, I'm hi Niall. I'm making this work in my remote location. So this is the book. It's the compensation book, and then it's a pocket. She's added a pocket. Hi, Roslyn. So I watched numerous. Hi, Irma. Good morning. It's really morning out there on the West Coast. You could have a private StreamYard meeting. You can only have 5 other people join the meeting on the screen, but anyone with the link can join the private stream. Okay, that sounds great. So this gal, she added a pocket. I watched a lot of them. I mean, it's been around for a long time. I mean, the videos that I watched went back 7 years. So this one, her name is, I knew I'd forget it, Tammy. And she's called your favorite um, sewing teacher. That's not her channel name though, but it's like Tammy Jones. She spells it different ways. But anyway, so she's the one that I saw with the pocket. So, okay, Kevin's got up and left now. So this yellow Oh, and also, um, um, compensation books are different. And that's what it was, looking at these ones from 7 years ago. I mean, they were thick and they had like 100 pages. And just to let you know, so this is the Walmart kind, and 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 they are now on sale for 38 cents, and you can get them in the colors too. So the thing is, but they only have 80 pages. So that's what's the difference. That's why this is part of my theme, but I have it where it's all the same here. And I like it because in the flags, that's where that yellow is. So I incorporated all of these colors into my scheme. So this particular one has a flat edge. Well, this one kind of has a flat edge too, but the one that's inside here is a rounded edge, which I don't know if that matters or not. So, but I love it with the pocket. Another find at Walmart, which you probably saw these at Target. These plastic containers, they're the pencil case. It's called a zipper pencil case. And so it's holding all of the things that I need to sew on the road. And so it's just perfect. Plus they also fit in the glove box or in the side pocket of the car. And it comes with a black zipper or a white zipper. And I'm not an affiliate. I'm just letting you know it's a pretty good deal. Now, the thing about the Target one that's sold out is it does have the two ways, it has the two zippers. So if you were making these into the purse, this is Sarah, Sera. She's the only one out of the five that lets me hold her, and because I've known her since a kitten. She's my granddaughter that just um, she's her kitty. Sarah. Sarah. She's waiting for me to feed Nico because Nico gets special food and he shares it with her. You got to blend it and all that kind of stuff because he has jaw problem. Anyway, so I put all the measurements in the description. I just have to put this stuff. It's like when you get used to your own craft table. And so in this one, I did I did put a piece of interfacing in the pocket, but I found you don't really need it. Nobody except for the quilters said to use interfacing, and then they use they don't use this kind, they use the fluffy kind. Um, and they're doing the whole thing, and they're doing they're doing they're doing it all. Anyway, hey Denzel, just visiting. Okay, you're probably at work, but thank you for coming in. Hi, Diane. And if I missed anybody, and if you have a question for me, because I can't, busy sewing and stuff, can't really see the chat, but if you have a question for me, go ahead and before your question, put a red exclamation point on it. Then I might be able to see it, but I don't know. Okay, so I did put the measurements. Hi, Sean. Sean, I did put the measurements in the description. You'll need 4 pieces of 3.5 by 11, and then I broke it down in my description what they're for, because then maybe if you want to do different colors, then that way you can decide how much you can do. So like this, so this is 2 pieces, and so it needed 2, and that's for the pocket. And then you also needed you need a total of 4 of the 3.5. So these 2 are for the pocket. You're just folding this one in half. And then this is the other piece of the front. And then this is the binding that goes around the edge. And then the 4.5, the 4.5 by 11, those are the side pocket. I mean, the inside pieces that wraps into your book. And then a 7-inch wide by 11-inch, that's your back piece. And be mindful, if you're doing a one-way design, be mindful of your direction, especially when you're sewing them, because cutting them, you can cut them correctly and then sew them in, one upside down and not the other. Hi, Baker Mythic and DB and D Smith. So then your lining piece is 11 inches tall by 23 inches wide. Okay, so my protector has moved off the floor, so now I can put my presser or my pedal down there. All my notes. So the first part, let me get my iron. Get up me pieces. Whoops. Hey, Geneva. I don't see you, but I see Unbiased talking. Okay, so put my folder away. Roslyn, yellow. Sarah, people want to say hi to you. All right, let me get this plugged in. And the plug is behind me. Hi, baby. You can come up and want to say hi. I wore my Nope, Not Today shirt today because we're not going to have any drama on this live. I mean, it is the first day of Leo season, so we can expect a little drama, but not with the sewing machine or the instructions. Okay, what do I need? All right, turn this on. Okay, let's put this over there. I got all these cords. Oh, I have to fix this so it's not going to be a trip hazard because I probably won't forget that I'm surrounded by this cord here. Sorry, y'all. There she is. Sarah. Yeah, say hi. Yes, baby. There she is, the love bug. Hi, baby. Yes. You gonna let Gigi sit down again? She is sweet. So my son told my granddaughter that she's gonna have to fight him because he wants to. He says the other cat, she can take the other cat with her, but this one's gonna stay. All right, let's see. It's not a toy for you. I'm sorry. Oh, I can't reach this. There we go. Okay. I said no drama. Hey, Marilyn. So I don't know if you saw the thumbnail or not, but this is what I'm making today. I'm going to make this composition notebook. And we're not having drama. Okay, so we're going to take our pieces. Let me see. For our pocket, we're folding whichever piece you want as your front piece, and then matching up your raw edges. Can everybody hear me okay? This is the binding and the back. Thank you, Jetsy. Okay, so we're going to take our two pieces for the pocket, and then we're going to lay this. This doesn't have a right or wrong side, so we just do this. We're going to put it. We're going to attach it to the right side of the pocket. All together. Yes, look at that yellow. And my composition book is. So if you didn't hear me, the composition books, these are on sale for 38 cents at Walmart. They just marked them down. Hey, buddy. Hey. Actually. Okay. So I have my sandwich, which is the two pieces for the pocket, and then this is the inside flap. Hi, Robin's Creation. And then we're going to do a stitch. Quarter-inch seam and backing it, locking in the stitch with the back stitch at the start and at the end. And the other thing that's on sale is this thread at all the 100% cotton thread at Hobby Lobby this week. Yes, I'm using my ice cream koozie as my thread basket. So I have it's for all your purple fins and then your pink fins and yellow and teal. I think I got us all covered here. Okay, next, so we have, oh, so this is what we have. And this is the pocket. And I'm going to press that seam. Okay. Sandwich both sides, inside, stitch inside, left to back. Okay. So then we're going to take our other piece and our back piece, and we are going to stitch that on the left. So my bands are heading this way, and we're going to put this on here because then this goes inside the cover. And somehow this is short. I think I grabbed the wrong piece. But I'm not home, so I can't. I think I put the scrap in here and just work with it. Not today. Okay. That 1/4 inch seam, and I'm going to make sure I really get that stitched in there. Hi, Laura, Creative Art, .lt. And then I'm going to press this. Now we're going to put the binding on. Let me say this might be the problem. Okay, that's what the problem is my back piece is 11 and an eighth. That's why these pieces are a tad smaller. It's because this is a tad bigger, which is okay. We know how to work around it. And if you want, you don't have to do all these pieces. You can do, because it's 23 inches wide, so you could do a 23-inch piece and not do the pocket. And I'm a gal that likes pockets in everything. I like pockets in my apron. I like pockets in my lounge pants. Hi, Kelly. Okay, let's press that. Okay, this is what we have so far. This is the part this is the back piece. So this is what goes inside the binder. This is the back, and the binding goes around. So now we're going to make sure that our bands are the same direction, and we're going to sew that to the binding. Quarter-inch seam. Lock. Hi, Nikki. Okay, then we're going to. Hey, Beverly, welcome in. My projector's over here. I had to take a look when my machine is hissing. Okay, so here is what we have so far. This is the back and the inside part. The binding that goes around the rim of or the spine. And now we need to sew our pocket piece on here. So here's the pocket and the inside piece. I'm going to match that up here. Here's my pocket. Make sure that that's in there. And I didn't put interfacing on this one. It actually made it difficult to sew with the interfacing on that other pocket. And I'm like, I don't think this is really necessary. Nobody else showed it. I just kind of felt like I needed more support for it. That's how we find out. Thank you, Baker McBake. I gotta make sure I don't iron it or sew it. This is a high table, so it's like comfortable standing up sewing. Because here it's like the table. So now I'm going to just stitch these together. And then we'll be done with the front part. Okay, so our next step is to make sure we have 23 inches. And I do. We're going to check out. And so the thing that I did, so this is a different size. This is a different size book than I did, um, that I used on my prototype. So, but what I did was I made sure that, because what was important to me is that this matched up with this. And I need to get those cute little, these are great for a pinch, but I use them for paper crafting. I have to get some of the sewing ones because these are just so bulky for this project. So I match up the seams of my binding and I just clip it there. So I'll have some of that yellow showing again, which is fine. And this is why you want to do the lining, because this shows through. Now this one is yellow. The black one, because it has all the grain, this shows through more. Unless you get really nice quilting fabric, then it's thicker, but not. Okay, so this is going to fit just like, so this is my back and it's going to fit just like my other one. And I like having that little bit of yellow because it ties in with my flags that are on the band. So this is going to work. So then I go ahead and there's no other adjustments I need to make. So then we're going to take the lining and I'm going to give it another press because it got it from being full. And then you'll just match it up and then you're just sewing a 1/4 inch seam on these short ends. Go ahead and press this. And I just want to wish all the Leos happy Leo season. Today's the first day, and one of our friends started it off with her birthday today. She's not in the chat, but on my drive, I should be in Alabama then. Oh, okay, you're going. I checked in to see how long it would take me to drive to Irving, and it was too long. My doctor wouldn't approve it. I'm prone to blood clots, so that's why. Um, and somebody asked, well, what about flying? Well, flying, you can walk around. But anyway, so um, I'm hoping that, well, my health is going to be better. I'm just going to put it out there. My health is going to be better for next year. Okay. Kristen, I went to a local, not sewing, but I mean not applique, but um, for my doTERRA business, and they put me they put me up against the back wall because I don't speak English. But I've been with the company since 2012, so I mean, I knew with the videos they were showing. Turned out that it was the leader of that event. They live in Mexico, and so they came up to educate their USA team. Okay, so that can be team too much for you. Okay, so tap back, and let's get our sewing machine back over here and a sip. Yeah, Stacy, you can go pick up Kristen and take her. Road trip. That's the end of my instructions. Okay, so the next, so I have my lining sewed to the cover. And then now I'm going to go by memory of what I saw. I, I watched that video over and over and over and over again because I couldn't understand how she did this next part. I think I'm going to go ahead and sew this seam. I mean, not sew this seam. I'm going to press this seam. Yep. I just need to have it pressed. Y'all, I had a uh-oh moment because here's where all my edges are, and then this is my edge. But I got a hold of myself, and it's like, nope, that's supposed to be that way. Okay. Now we're going to put our book in here again. Need to take this off. Um, I don't think I did that right. Hi, precious pieces. Google Maps. I did not. That's why. Okay, don't do as I did. We were supposed to not have drama today, but rookie mistake here. So I put the wrong side of my lining onto the right side of my cover. So I'm just going to go ahead. I'm not going to sew it, but I will show you the rest of it. Time to seam rip. I do have it. I just didn't know if y'all wanted to. So I'll tell you the next step. So you'll go back to fitting this. So this is the part I had to watch her a million times. Hi, Shamika. Um, because I couldn't see what she was doing. She did it so fast. It was a 7-minute video. So you have 4 layers here. You have your cover, I mean the inside piece, the lining, and then your book, and then you have your lining, and then your back piece. So you're going to be clipping in here these corners. So you're going to be clipping up in that corner of the fabric, and then clipping up in that corner the lining. And you're going to do that on all 4 corners. And this, I'll make sure that I have the even amount of my edge. So you're going to do it on all 4 corners. Let me see if I can just, where, are you good? Everybody good if I do this? I did add a pocket. I saw somebody use like the eyebrow shaver for to do this instead of a seam ripper. Hi, Carol Coleman. Welcome in. So I did the rookie mistake, Carol. I put the wrong side of my lining on top of the right side of my main piece. I'm glad you all had a good time at Applique Getaway. There was a lot of sounds like you. Well, I haven't made that mistake in a long time, but of course, it's alive, so. And I was up till 5 trying to figure this out. So, and of course, then I just woke up at 6:30, my normal time, and but I did manage to go back, well, laid back down, not necessarily go back to sleep, but I got rest. Do you hear him? No. Nacho? No. He's the one that needs to go back with his mom. Hey, Kev. What? Oh my goodness. At least it wasn't. So this is the 11-inch piece. At least I didn't err on the 23-inch length. Y'all want to go outside? And Kevin's the boss. Come here, Kevin. Kevin, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Sure. Come here. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, I have to let them out. They're getting too loud. Bye. Oh, jeez. Oh, it's over 100 degrees outside. They'll want to come back in a few seconds. Kevin, he normally doesn't like to go out. He'll go out to do his business, but then that's it. He doesn't, in this heat, he doesn't like to stay out there. But that cat, I never let it out during when I'm staying here. Um, but I have permission to let it out. um, he does come back, but Kevin is our protector, and so he went out with Nacho, and the kids named him. Anyway, so he went out with them, and so he's gonna keep track of them. It's just you and me, Sarah. Ah. Okay, one down. No, there's 5 cats. 3 of them are my son and, well, my daughter-in-law's, and the other 2 belong to my granddaughter that was in Houston going to college. Now she just moved back to California, and that girl, she had her fiance's 3 cats with them in Houston, and on her way here to drop her kids off again, before moving to California, she picked up a kitten. And she says, "Well, Mom, you always," but my daughter-in-law says, "But I have a big house." She has, they're moving into well, they moved into a small apartment. So anyway, so she's collecting cats. So anyway, um, the kids, so my grandson is back in the United States, and so he has some leave time before he has to go to his training, and so he has the kids with him visiting his parents in California. I told I told I can't say anything. She has 3 cats. Well, once everybody because my other granddaughter that was going to school in Houston that now lives in Tennessee, her dog is here, and her dog is good. I mean, she's really great, but she needs to be with her mom, and and so she'll be here in a couple weeks, um, and so she'll be taking her dog back. Then we would be down to just our two. I say our. I don't have any. I don't have any in my house. So my son and daughter-in-law have 2 dogs, Whiskey and Kevin, and Whiskey is a rescue. She played, and my son will say this. She played him, and it was after the hurricane, and so she was how do you say it, emaciated. Anyway, so she was just skin and bones, and so he rescued her, and he found her underneath a truck and gave her his lunch. She scarfed it down, and then him and his partner, they do agriculture. It's just not coming out of my mouth, Kristen. But y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so they went to 7-Eleven. Mm, yeah, they found her here. I haven't seen any 7-Eleven, so it's one of those type things. And so they got a big gulp cup with water so that she could have some water, and she gulped that down. Yeah, oh, she's been here 5 years and she's still playing the Starvin' Marvin. I mean, it's so cute. We just laugh at her because, like, she'll get this is a bench seat, and the kids sit on this, and so but when one's done, they get up and leave, and so then there's an empty spot, and she'll pop up, and she'll just lay her paws and her head, and then her eyes will go, look, and are you watching yet? Am I being pitiful enough? I'm starving. Well, she'll go around and she'll clean everybody's, even the cats. She'll like, if they leave their bowl unattended, she's got it. Sorry, Kevin is demanding when he wants to come back in. It's hot. He's got a lot of fur. So, but Graceland, Graceland is another rescue. And sometimes they just choose people. And my son, when they lived in Houston, worked at a he he uh, he trained people at the shooting gallery, uh, and this dog kept coming up to him, and she jumped up in his vehicle when he was getting ready to leave. Sorry, kind of let another one in. It's hot. Great. It's one. Well, Grace and Nacho are still outside. Anyway, so Graceland, my son said that she belonged to one of the guys there down in the rifle area, and he brings her with, and but she just kept coming over and stuff, and so he brought her home one time because they were closing up, and he didn't want to just leave her. There was nobody there, and that was the mistake because then his daughter fell in love with her and and she went to that man because he took my son took her back to the range, you know, and and that guy was there and he says, "Hey, is this your dog?" And he said, "Yeah." He said, "Okay," you know, she just jumped in my car, came home with me last night. Anyhow, so then my granddaughter had come. She was just, I don't know, she was little. Well, wait. Oh no, they've lived here 5 years. But she was probably preteen. But anyway, she walked up to that man and she says, "Your dog doesn't want to be with you. She keeps coming to us. Can we keep her?" He said, "Yeah." So he signed over the dog, you know, and she's been with us since. Anyhow, so to shorten up that story, so she is coming back here in August for my birthday, and she'll be taking her dog back with her. So then we'll just have two dogs, and we'll be down to three cats soon too. Well, actually four because Jeremy's not going to let Cynthia have Sarah, which I don't mind. I just can't. I can't. I can't take care of a cat with the litter box. But I can get the cuddles. I mean, when you walk in, when you come walk in the door and a cat runs to you, it just I just know. The other cats will run to me too, but they'll run to get my attention and then run here to the kitchen. That's all I am to them, the person that feeds them. Mama cat is one that and they just was calling her mama, never intended on keeping her. She was just a feral that was pregnant, and they provided, a box for her to get out of the weather and have her kittens, and she just never left. And that's been 5 years. So, aw, all three cats. Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't see it was Renee saying. Yeah, well, I would love to have your cats because I have a feeling they would love on anyone that comes over. Now, when I lived in Colorado, we had I had two cats, um, and the one um, the one was we found her in the botanical gardens, and she was just a kitten, shouldn't have even been away from mama, but she was out there on her own. And kind of like Uni's cat, you know, tiny like that. And then she had where she had like a cyst that had popped and was on its way to healing, but she uh, didn't have her fur in that area yet. And the vet had said that it could be anything. It could have been from a fight. It could have been from, a fence or something, but the good news is that it was healing. Anyhow, so we had her, and then, um, and she was just had to go through, everything that you go through when you have a feral, and the ear mites and fleas. I don't remember her having fleas, but she did have ear mites really bad. So we had to take her and get those taken care of. And then I was going back to work because I was a teacher. And so then I was going back to work, and it's like, well, this kitten shouldn't be home alone. So that's when I found, uh, well, back in the day, they would have post-it note or index cards on a bulletin board in the grocery store. And so there was this person had posted that they had, like, I think it was 5 kittens, wanted female because I had a female, and so they had 2 females and the rest were males. I tell you, I had never seen a gray cat before. And so that was the first gray, and I was attracted to it, but it was male. And um, anyhow, then the 2 females were both tortoise. And so she was just so unique. It's like her face was split in the middle. Her nose was solid black. This part was orange. This part was orange. This part was black, and this part was black. So she had, and just said, and huge ears. And of course, that was the year Gremlin came out. And my neighbor had said, "You guys always name your animals cutesy names," because the other cat's name was Precious. Well, a 5-year-old named that cat, and she was precious. Anyhow, so gremlin she was, and we put "Do not water the gremlin," on her bed. Okay, I am going to do this correctly this time. We're going to put this here and right sides together, but I'm going to press this because now these sides are pressed. Anyhow, so we had those 2 cats, and the feral. I mean, I don't want to say she was feral because she certainly wasn't mean or anything like that. She was just a stray kitten, but she protected her food. I mean, she didn't get violent or anything like that, but when it got down to just a little bit, she would just stay in front of that bowl, letting you know nobody's eating anything until there's a refill. So, and Whiskey, she she does like a grab and run. She'll grab one piece of food and run off to another room and eat it. And that's just the wild side in her. Okay, checking again, right side to right side. And we're doing short sides together. Sitting next to this iron is hot. Oh, plus I'm under this light too. Okay. Thank you all for hanging out, hanging in there with me. Hi, Connie. Welcome in. Did you have a good time at Applique Getaway? Okay. Verifying everything before I go and stitch. That's good. It looked like it. I kept like stalking all the Facebook pages, looking for y'all to post, and nobody was posting. And then y'all come back, and I said, "Oh, they must be busy with classes." And and from what I've seen, been busy with classes and shopping. Hey, picture me crafting. So again, we're just doing 1/4 inch seam. And back stitching at the beginning and at the end. Okay, let's check this out. Yay, all my seams are the right way this time. Okay, so I'm going to press. I almost brought my ironing board. Because you know, at home I use my heat press as my ironing board. Gotta find that comfortable spot. All right. Okay, we're going to lay this out again. Let me press. And if you want to make this project and you need some composition books, that's now on sale at Walmart, 38 cents. They were 97 or 98 cents, something like that. And I went yesterday because I wanted to find the bigger one, and because this just has 80 sheets, but it's not permanent. I mean, this isn't permanently attached to this. You can put in a new one when this gets filled up, or file it and make a new cover. I could see like if you have sublimation fabric, and you could sublimate like an event on there, or you can applique the event on there, sublimate your logo, personalize it with some sublimation fabric. So once again, I'm going to match up my binding seams. And because my composition book isn't as thick as the ones that the old ones that they used to have, I have part of my cover here, but I like that. I match it up in the back so that there's nothing. And like I said, my binding seams are matched up, so there's an equal amount of here and on here. And then this yellow here is actually in the flags of the fans. So I like that. And then use a yellow pen in the pocket. Okay, so I have it where I want it. I'm just checking, make sure that I have even, this is even here. And then this is what was confusing to me. So you're going to take my mouse. Okay, so we're going to take, and this is where sewing clips would be better than the Dollar Tree clips, because they're tiny, they're smaller. So we're going to clip up into this fold, and we're going to clip it. So I just put it in there and then move it over to it. So there's that. This is just the first layer. And then I'm going to take if my finger would stop tripping here, then I'm going to take another clip, and I'm going to clip the lining piece in the same place. I mean, up in that corner. And not getting the yellow piece. Okay. to see those are stacked on top of each other. And we're going to do that on all 4 corners. So I'm going to catch the pink piece, which is the lining, up into that corner, and then the yellow piece, which is the inside thing. Okay, so the pocket was in the way. So there we go. Then we're going to do the back. My finger is keeps. It's like tweaking. It's because of the arthritis in my thumb. So anyway, all right. Now I have to readjust this again because I need this to be even. All right. Trying to gather that. Maybe I'll check out and see how much, because Sewing Notions are on sale at Hobby Lobby this week. And I'm going to get some thread, the cotton thread, normally anywhere from $3. And it's on sale for 99 cents. So I'm gonna get some of that. Okie dokie. So the Patch Hat Cruise going live tomorrow. And there's so many things in July. What I'm doing is I'm doing 3 things. I'm doing a shirt, which I'll actually bling out today, but it has the theme. And then I'm going to make a patch, and I'm making a mug. And the theme I'm using is self-care. And self-care is not selfish. That's what I have. Okay, so here we are. All of that glory there. All this confusing stuff. So let's see if I did it correctly. I just can't with all these strings. I think is it just the Walmart? I mean if we had like the quilting fabric, it wouldn't be so stringy. I gotta go let the other dog in. Watch out. Crystal, get some water. Gracie, get some water, sweetie. Come on, don't sit there and pant. Get some water. Okay, so now this is what we have. Then we're going to turn it inside out. I had to fiddle so much with it last night that I thought I wasn't going to have any fabric left because it was just fraying so much. And this is when, like, if you have a serger, you can serge it all and keep it together. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to match these. So you bring this in together and you're matching these together. So you have like an M. So you're matching your clips. Let me get this all straightened up. I'm going to remove one and then clip it. So now you're clipping the whole thing. And I think that the sewing clips would also be better here because these are heavy and they're just flopping all over. So make sure that you're not all bunched up underneath there. Good. So this side's done. I don't remember it being a gap like this. Oh, interesting. I'm confused because I don't think I should have this gap. Maybe, and yes, I am doing this. What am I doing? Sorry, y'all. This part actually worked for me last or this morning when I was doing it. And I don't remember having this gap. Something's not right. It might be, but that's like it's not really difficult, but that's like the part that is confusing. Okay, so this is how it should be. Oh, yeah, yeah, I've got too much of a. So these are stitched like this. And see, there's the M. So this is just not right. Okay. Wait, what is this one? So this is the back. And this is the back. Okay. So all right. This one's good. This one I need. Kristen, the back of it doesn't have any yellow, but the front does. The front has, but um, the back piece covers the whole back piece. And the measurements were for a thicker book than what I have. But here's my press line that I pressed. But when I look at this, it's all in there. So that's what I'm going to go by. So I'm going to use this. Let me just, so It's all in there. I mean, I could go ahead and stick the book back on there and we're just gonna, I think that's what I'm just gonna have to do. I know. I know, Kristen. And then, like the last step, because I kept pausing the video, and then the last step was, and then top stitch. And I'm like, oh, I'll just top stitch later. It's like, because it was a 4:45, and it's just I had to, as I was sewing, I was packing. So it's like, like when I get ready in the morning, when I use my face wash, then that goes into my toiletry bag to sew. And okay, so anyway, so I just said, it's fine. I'm fine. All right. I know that this is even. I don't show any yellow on the back. And it's okay that this doesn't. So I want to make sure this is lined up correctly. Okay. And when you do thank you, Jessie. And when you do the top stitching, you're only top stitching the top part. You don't have to top stitch anywhere else. Okay. No, I'm back. I can see y'all. My streamer doesn't. Huh. Check for more layouts. What happened? Okay. I think I bumped my. That's weird. Picture in picture. Okay. Okay. So we want to go there, and then I want to get a piece of this lining under. Let me just grab that. Okay, so grabbed just the pink lining and just the yellow piece. See, that's where it's like if you don't get these on top of each other, they're not going to match up. All right, so there's that. And then this one, I want the pink liner. And the yellow. Okay. It kind of reminds me of the rollers that we used to have to sleep on when we were kids. The clunky things. All right, so I want just a pink. Not the binder. I'm sorry, y'all. All right, there we go. Okay. No, 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 no. All right, now we're going to turn it inside out. This one doesn't seem right. Okay, so then we're going to take this and make the M. Match them up, right one, click with the other one. This part's correct. My back is killing me. Okay. So let me see if I can fake this. Oh, okay. That matches. I think that cat wants in. Okay, so just matching this up. So just to, because I know how the end result, like when I was doing this morning, I knew how the end was supposed to go. I have to let the other cat in. I think that's. Yeah, yeah, I heard you. I just couldn't see you. Oh, he is hot. Okay. Okay, so first. Is anybody still here? Put a heart in the chat if you're still here, please. Hey, Nikki. All right, so I have Marilyn, Kristen, and Nikki. So I'm just lining these layers up to match. Thank you, Renee. Where did you get the template on your shirt? So this is from Rhinestone Mechanic. Thank you all for still being here. Yes, just stitching out creations for Saturday's live. Yeah, I can't wait till you're live, Jess. So Jess, she hit 100 subscribers a few weeks ago, but she's been doing her events. So she's going to have a celebration on Saturday morning. I don't know, y'all. This is bright. Thanks, Marilyn. Yeah, it was like when I saw it, I was like I had to have it because there's so many times it's like nope, not today. It was funny. I was wearing it one time, and I was in a hurry shopping, grocery shopping, and it was like with all the renovations that they're doing, it's like you have to find Purple Hearts, DB. You have to find it. I mean, they flipped the store. It's not just moving stuff around. They flipped the store. And so, and I think I was in a hurry to like get home for something, or there was something. Oh yeah, my doctor appointment. And so anyway, I turned the corner and I almost crashed into this guy, and he pointed to my shirt. Nope, not today. Sometimes I forget what I wear, and I do wear intentionally. Like I had Marilyn's Friday shirt on a couple weeks ago on a Friday, and You know how when you go in like Sam's Club or Walmart and there's like in the electronics aisle, how there's always somebody there trying to sell you their um, internet service or their phone service and stuff. Anyway, so I'm like rushing and then I hear Friday, Friday. And I'm like, who is saying Friday? And I turn around and it's one of those salespersons. And it was because I had the Friday shirt on. When you're retired, every day is kind of like a Friday. But anyway, I was being intentional that advertising. Bought my shirt. All right. So this needs to match that. I don't know. I'm ready to be done. But if I quit, I know I'm not going to finish it. No, actually, I'll have to finish it. I don't even have clips on this. Oh my gosh. I wish I would have written out the rest of the instructions. Maybe, you see, maybe I'm supposed to have, no, I'm have right sides together. All right, so I'm going to call it. I'm going to finish this one later. You'll match up your edges because this has already been over 2 hours. Um, so you match up like how I showed you, and then and then and you clip that. So see how this is, and then here's your pocket inside here. This must be that's the back. Here's the front with all the pieces, because then this one isn't as deep. Okay, so then you're going to just stitch across here and across here. I take that back. Yeah, no. Okay, so you stitch along the long edges, and you're going to leave an opening here so that you can tuck in, so you can bring everything in, turn it in. I didn't clip the corners in it to find. And you know, if you have like one of the videos I saw, and it was like 6 or 7 years. I mean, the video was recorded 6 or 7 years ago, back when the composition books were thicker. And you know what? It's like even the mead, which this is mead too. No, this is pen gear, but the meads, they still only have 80 pages in there, but they also have one that's like 5 subjects, and then but they're like $3 and something, and it's like I didn't see any difference. They're the same size. So, because I was thinking, oh, if I went and got mead, then it would be larger, but they're all the same size. And that was before I made one. So it turned out fine. So it's really not difficult to turn, probably because um, the larger piece fabric than ice cream koozie or those pocket bookmarks. I need to make a bunch of those. Okay, so then you can turn that inside, and then and if you um, missed this, they have these. It's called a zipper pouch, and they're at Walmart. The ones that are at Target, they're a little bit bigger and a little bit thicker, and they have two zippers so that you can. I mean, so you have two zippers that meet up. And if you were converting this into a stadium purse, the two zippers would be perfect because then you can like put a little clip into the scissors to hold it in place. But so these are at Walmart. Target is already sold out. They sell out every year. I didn't even know about them, but so then just bring out these corners. And then a good press. And then you would just top stitch going along the tops. I mean, the top and the bottom. So it should be 23 inches is the end result. Oh no, it's 23 inches when these are open. I'm like, but it's 15 and a quarter. So anyway, so there we have it. And so then you just want to put this in here, in here. And when you do the top stitch, then it will, because they'll be stitched along here, then it'll be snugger. Um, I notice I do that. I'll like keep my hand on the project, and that's because I used to do massage therapy. I used to be a therapist, and so you always keep your hand on the patient as you're reaching for something, so they know that you didn't abandon them. I guess you do the same thing with babies when you're like changing their diaper. Okay, so that's what we have. This would actually look better. Best. Wasn't supposed to have any drama, but I'll finish the other one. I just have to review. So see, now you don't see the because it's lined, you don't see the design of the composition book in there. I like the yellow on the side. And then see the back is all yellow. That's how I wanted it. But see the binding is matched up, and that was important for me. And so I guess if the book was smaller, then that would be tucked in. I don't know, but I like it. Okay. Yeah, I like that too. So the these pieces here are, so there's four pieces that are 3.5 by 11. And so that's this piece of the pocket and this piece of the pocket and this part of the front and then this binding. So that's four, 1, 2, 3, 4 that are 3.5 by 11. And then your back is, it's in the description, but the side piece is, oh, so it's, I think it's 7 inches by 11. And these pieces here are 4.5 by 11. And so your pocket, you're just going to fold in half and put it on there. And but yeah, go ahead and watch the replay, and then you'll see. Um, but yeah, so and you can do this all as one. Like if you didn't want a different color for the binding and you didn't want to do a pocket, you can do it all as one. It'd be 23 inches by 11, and all the way around twice, because I would definitely do a lining, but I like the pocket on there because then it's like I don't have to search for a pen. And they make great gifts. You can do like when like these pins are the kind that you can do laser on it. And so that would be what I'm going to do for gifts. I got the wood pins. I wanted these, but you know, Amazon's giving me problems because I'm not a member anymore, and they want me to become a member again. So it's like, so they're treating me as a unpaid member. It's like, no, cancel. Anyhow, but so that's what I want to do is just like make journals, and then with the bookmarks, and then I would include a pin with either their logo or their or a positive message, something, you know. So that's what I do. And so this is what I'm doing for this month is like gift giving ideas. And so this is definitely a good gift giving idea. So all right, 2 hours and 22 minutes. Thank you all for being here and surviving with me. As I was doing this last night and struggling, and then it was like 3 o'clock and then 4 o'clock, and I'm like so ready to just like cancel, you know, and um and delete the thumbnail and everything. And I'm like, no, 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 I'm not a quitter. And plus it's the first day of Leo season. We don't quit. So and I just know, you know, like being here with you guys, and it helps me to like keep on going through and finishing it. And I will finish that. I just need to just give y'all a break. And but I'll finish that up because I'm here till Sunday. I'm here till Sunday. And so but thank you. So once again, the Paycheck Crew will be live tomorrow. Um, at 5 Central. And um, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We're gonna just do multiple themes, but stick to a theme. So I'm bringing out a shirt like when I go home after this. I'm gonna have some lunch, and then I'm gonna go home because I didn't even. All I brought was my projects for today and a project for and projects for tomorrow. So I'll be making a mug tomorrow, and I'll be making a patch, and then I'm gonna go bling the shirt to wear for tomorrow. And so anyway, I'm not quite sure what. the other two girls will be doing, but we will be there. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I always go back and read the things, and then I was like, oh, wish I would have seen that earlier. But yeah, thank you, Martha, Marilyn, Kristen, Renee, Melinda, Nikki, DB. Thank you, Martha. Thanks again. Have a great rest of your day. Yes, thank you. I'm gonna go get some cuddles. Somebody here will cuddle. Okay. Bye. Gotta click the thing. Okay, bye everyone. Bye, Jess. Thank you.